Makim Shalom. Most, I would like to give all praises and glory and honor and due diligence as due to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rakakadash. I love to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone and rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Noah's in his gospel abroad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is just a quick lesson through the Spirit, titled, Stay Focused on the Path Ahead. All right? Stay focused on the path ahead. And that gave me the inspiration by this movie called The Book of Eli, which is a highly, highly spiritual movie. I recommend each brother, if you haven't seen it, which I'm pretty sure all brothers, mainly in GMS, have watched the movie. Starting Denzel Washington, a very, very good movie. It's based on post-apocalyptic scenario after nuclear war broke out, which, you know, in many ways, the whole post-apocalyptic thing is unrealistic because post-apocalyptic is going to be the kingdom. Okay, a utopia, not some barren desert that we're going to be walking around in trying to find our way to the other side of the country. First of all, you ain't going to have no way to know that because the scripture said that the Most High is going to pretty much root up the line upon, roughly paraphrasing it. It goes into how the Most High is going to destroy these particular landmarks. Because like when you look at a map from an aerial view, you see what they call state lines, okay, which divide states from states. And basically, in the scriptures, it tells us that the Most High is going to do away with that. So you're not going to be able to distinguish the state of Illinois from the state of Indiana or Indiana from Ohio, if you get my drift, okay? But basically, it was about Denzel Washington, which he was actually blind. But he had the only copy of the scriptures, okay, at that time, but it was written in Braille. And Braille is basically another way of the blind understanding, is a way of communicating. Like, you know, when you feel certain things, Braille is just another way for the blind to be able to read and to communicate the things that they need to know, okay, based on certain feels and certain particular characters of how it's written, okay? Like, let's just say in Braille, if you know what the shape B looks like, and then Braille, it'll be a certain character, so therefore the person that's blind will understand what they're reading, so to speak. Which is all dope because when you think about it, when you lose one sense, then another sense takes over. Because you got to tell yourself, like, goddamn, that got to be hard for a blind man to read and touch things to be able to comprehend what it's saying. But like when you're blind or when you can't hear, your other senses kick in. Show you that the human body is something else, man. But overall, his job was to get from one part of the country to the next and deliver the only copy of the scripts, man. And no matter what got in his way, he had to stay on the path. And it's the same thing in the truth, man. Okay, we're the spiritual book of Eli right now because no matter what we go through or with particular obstacles and things that may befall us, we have to stay in the spirit and continue on the path, man. And you notice Denzel in that movie, he had several encounters that was set up to deter him from the path, including a woman, including men trying to take his life. And he had to, you know, go through what he had to go through in order to remain faithful to his mission. Okay, because it was one scene that when a girl was allegedly getting jacked and he had to keep telling himself, like, look, stay on the mission, stay focused, stay focused, stay focused. And you have to do that sometime in this truth, man. And that's the spirit. That license plate just say, just go. And that's right. You just got to keep going, man. You know, because the scriptures say that the race is not given to the swift, you know, and it's not up to them that is of swift or them that run a fast race. But you got to take your time and pace yourself in this thing. Okay, because growth come through suffering, come through going through certain things, come through experience. And oftentimes, you know, if you're doing what you're supposed to do, the Lord is going to grow you in a time, man. You know, like you may find yourself thinking totally different and more mature minded than what you did last year. Why? Based on growth. Okay, because one thing I noticed, and this is very common among young brothers, even myself, I went through it. When, you know, you're young in his faith, you see older men, they're very impressionable. You know, they know the Hebrew, they know the Greek, they can go into the prophecies, and, you know, you're a babe in this thing. You may have been in it 6 months, 7 months. And, you know, you kind of be down on yourself because you know, Apostle Tar said, within 6 months, you should be on a level. But he didn't say in 6 months, you should be teaching on a level of an apostle. No, you just should know what you know because the type of content we pump out, and we're very diligent in doing so. So you should be built up to the point you can go out there and speak and do things on your own, you know. But basically what happens is you start to compare yourself to other people in this thing. You know, ask yourself, well, why can't I memorize that precept, but he can memorize that precept, you know? And the disciples had a scuffle about that. when they was comparing themselves about who was the greatest. But what Yahweh Shai said, he said, hey, he who humbled himself as this child should be the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. Okay, but I'm saying that to say this: growth comes in time. Okay, like when you're a child, man, when you're 1 to 2, 3, from the ages 1 to 5, those are your most essential years of your life. You're growing, you're taking in everything. This is when you learn your first lessons, when you learn how to speak, talk, walk, do what you have to do. And after the age of 5, you start growing, rapidly, but you grow gradually, man. And then you get to that point of time that you started to grow slow, but overall, your body has reached this particular max in potential. And it's the same thing in the faith as well. So when you grow in this faith, you will grow. You just got to pace yourself, take time, and be patient with yourself, man. All right, because like I said, the scriptures say that the race is not given to the swift. So what I'm saying is, when you in this thing, you just got to continue to pace yourself and continue to believe, man. And the Lord, he's going to exalt you in due time. So no matter what you go through in life, it could be a setback. You get kicked out of camp, man. You could become a total demon and you can scoff. But I've seen the Lord turn men around and make them righteous again. Though it's very far in between. But usually, man, a guy get kicked out or suspended and he's sincerely diligent about the work of the Heavenly Father. Hey, he's going to keep doing what he got to do until he's getting his position back in the camp. Okay? And that comes with just set your eyes on the prize. Because at the end of the day, our true focus should be the kingdom of heaven and getting salvation. Okay? No matter what you go through, no matter what you feel, hey, you got to juggernaut through this thing. Because I'll be lying and I told you that there have been certain days that, I ain't saying that I felt like ever giving up in the truth. Never that. I ain't never felt like I wanted to fall out the truth. But you got some days that's harder than other days. You got some days that you feel like, man, the Most High, he may kill me today, man. Sometimes you may get so down on yourself to the point you can bring an untimely illness on yourself and you feel like the Lord is judging you. Like, I don't know how the hell I made it out this year type mindset, but you endured. Because the key to this faith is endurance, man. Okay, if somebody were a brother on a comment board, if you want to post, what is it? The race is not given to the swift. And also if somebody can give me the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter, when it says, he that endured to the end, the same should be saved. Okay, Baba Gushav, brother can politely post that scripture. I appreciate it. But it's all about endurance, man. Because like I'm saying, going back to the book of Eli, he had to endure. No matter what obstacles he went through, no matter what type of headaches, no matter what seems to detour him, you got to keep pushing. Okay, because you're going to have good days in this thing. You're going to have a lot of bad days, man. You're going to have days in this thing that you don't even feel like doing a show or going out to the camp speaking. But the fact you endured, the Lord put that spirit on you, man. I remember it's one story of mine. I give it an account. It was this time last year. I went through a particular illness. It was like a stomach illness, man. I think it was what had happened was I don't know if it was like pancreatitis, but it was basically like some type of I had like this gut inflammation type shit, and I feel like it was due to taking antibiotics that I didn't need. Because what happened was back in 2020, when everybody caught the Omarion dance, I know, like what do you call it, sinus infections. Those are heavily in my family, and I've suffered from a few sinus infection, what they call it's called sinus. I can't pronounce it, but it's an itis type thing. I just say sinus and an itis. Very bad inflammation of the navel cavities, and sometimes it can give you unfathomable headaches and cause dizziness. So after I caught that shit, I'm like, okay, it cleared up, but then I was still having dizzy spells. So what happened was, I could have did like the nasal rings and all that other shit. After I tried everything, things wasn't working. So I went to a little clinic. Esau gave me some antibiotics, man, which, that's good for wiping out all gut bacteria. So I took that shit and then finding out I didn't need it. So it didn't affect me right then and there. But like almost a year later, I started having digestive issues. Then all of a sudden I caught like the strep throat. And then they gave me some more antibiotics, because me personally, I don't go to doctors. I always believe in self-remedy. I have herbs. I take all these things. But sometimes when things are bad, you go to Esau, he checks them out, and then, you take a chance on shit. My mistake. So all of a sudden, January last year, all of a sudden my body just crashed on me to the point I couldn't pass stool for almost a week. It was to the point if I went to bed, it felt like I was having a heart attack. I lay down, I was having these cramps in my foot. I mean, literally my whole leg would feel like it's on fire. And it was giving me like these crazy heart palpitations. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. So I did every test in the world. Everything came back clear. Then when I finally got it, they was like, well, you have a overactive gallbladder, and also you have gastritis. And I'm assuming my gallbladder was acting up because of the simple fact my digestion was thrown off because the antibiotics basically nuked all my good bacteria. So long story short, the brother came to the crib and checked on me, and he looked at me like, man, I don't know, I ain't never seen you this down. And he was like, you gonna be cool? I said, I don't know, maybe. And then I tried to make it out to camp. So when I made it out to camp, man, I mean, literally, I feel like I was dying on the highway. Like, I just knew if I drove another 10 minutes, I probably would have been in a wreck. Because as I was driving, my heart rate was going up to like 150 beats per minute. I've never experienced nothing like that, you know, stay in shape, I eat decent, all that stuff. So when I got to the camp, you know, I was like literally weak. I couldn't do shit. And remind me, I was like heavily constipated too. It was like a lot of stool that was backed up on the left side of my colon and wasn't moving. So I was fucked up, man. So I went out to the camp, was able to speak a little bit, but then I had to sit out. But the fact that I believed and I still try to make it out there and do the work, that's endurance, man. Because honestly speaking, I didn't know if I was gonna make it that day. I just knew, like, man, I don't know, this ain't looking too good. But the Spirit of the Lord endured, man. You know, and hey, call Lawyer, how about Shemai Shah 7144. You know what I'm saying? So just say that no matter what you go through, you know, you got to keep pushing, keep believing, keep having faith, man. Because at the end of the day, it's all just a trial. It's just a test of our faith and our endurance. You know, and at the Passover came, then hey, my health started to come back slowly but for surely. But my health started to be restored. You know, and I still have my issues here and there. But, you know, sometimes healing don't come overnight. But overall, it's like a whole different dynamic now. You know, all because enduring, you know. But this is the book of, this is the Geshan 72. This is the book of Ecclesiastes 9 and 11. And it reads here, it says, I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not given to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happen to them all. And that's absolutely right, brother. Okay, and I asked you to text that precept because for the simple fact, it's not by chance, man. Okay, it's not by because you're just a great person or you're a great leader and this and this and that. No. Okay, it's about mercy first and foremost. And the Lord ultimately, you know, you believing in Yahweh Shemi Hawashai, man. And it's not about who can speak the fastest. It's not about who comes up in the truth the fastest. None of these things, you know, but it's about the Lord dealing with you. And ultimately, if the Lord is dealing with you, you gonna come up on a level because the Lord is dealing with you, you know. So it's about pacing yourself and enduring, okay? Enduring all the way into the end because this thing is all about endurance, all right? Matthew 24 and 13, and it reads, it says, but he that shall endure to the end, the same should be saved. And you look up the word endure, it means to literally endure through hardships, you know, trials, tribulations, you know, turbulence. Like when you get on an airplane, the first thing you go in the air, you feel the turbulence. Scares the shit out you. Feel like the plane is going to crash. But overall, when you get in that air, then it's smooth coasting from that point. And that's how the truth is. You know, you have a lot of turbulent times, but then it's coasting. Then you're going to have more turbulent times and more turbulent times. But overall, if you get through those turbulent times, then, you know, hey, that's that purification. You see? This is 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. It says, there have no temptation taking you, but such as is common to man. But Yahweh is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able. But it says, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. That's right. So it's always mercy in whatever we go through. Just like I said, the scenario I went through, things got pretty bad for me, man, for a while. You know, but overall, the Lord kept enough faith in me. And another 144, call all y'all about Shemai Shah. But he kept enough faith in me and enough belief and enough strength for me to continue to do the work. Okay, because it wasn't a week that we wasn't out there doing the work, no matter how we felt. And as time progressed, gradually the Spirit started to restore us. And here we are, man. Okay, even in my particular camp, man, you know, we went to losing brothers, to brothers getting kicked out, to, you know, brothers having to sit out for some time because they're going through personal things in their lives, to all types of shit. But overall, we still endured, you know. So it's all about endurance, brothers, man. All right, and keeping faith. Be like-minded. This is the book of Psalms 34:19. It says, many are the affliction of the righteous, but the Lord delivered them out of them all. That's right. It is what is this? Lamentations 3:22. It says, "It is of the Lord's mercy that we are not consumed, because his compassions fail not." That's right. Because it's all about mercy at the end of the day, man. You know, mercy and belief, and just got to keep going, man. You know, Apostle Tahar made a very good point a while back. He said we're like spiritual juggernauts. And if anybody saw that show X-Men, that big egghead behemoth, that nigga was known for busting down walls, man. I mean, he get his ass whooped all the time, getting fucked up. Wolverine, for example, him and Wolverine, he was like almost like another rival next to Sabretooth to Wolverine. And Wolverine used to put something bad on that dude, man. They used to fuck each other up. But overall, man, Juggernaut, hey, he was resilient. And you got to be resilient in this thing, even when you don't feel like being. And that comes with faith, prayer, asking for endurance, you know. And don't get it twisted too, brothers. When you ask for the Lord to give you strength, hey, he ain't just going to sprinkle that shit on you like angel dust, man, or like some type of steam dust. No, he's going to put you through things that's going to test your character. Lord say, oh, yeah, you want to be strong? All right, then let me go ahead and put this sickness on you and see how you going to deal with it. And your mind said, oh, shit, I'm finna die. But the Lord is really testing your integrity. You want to be a good fighter? You want to be a prolific fighter? The Lord might have 5, 6 niggas jump on your ass just so you can get in the spirit of being able to take a hit. Or if you want to be a jujitsu guru, the Lord may have you to get folded up by somebody younger than you and put your ass in a rear naked choke, put your ass in a Kimura, side control, then put you in an arm bar, and then to break your fucking arm till you tap out. But you ask for these things. So when you pray for things, you got to expect it to come in a form that you're not expecting. You ain't going to wake up one day and be mighty, man. I mean, you can be, because the Lord, you know, he puts that spirit in us, but overall, he's going to put you through the lessons to go through these things, man. You know? And just a few more precepts, man. I got to run, actually. But James 1 and 2, my brethren, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. All about patience, brother. And shalom to you few brothers and you few sisters out there. Akim Akwathim Yahweh Shem Shai Brakathum. Shalom to you. Romans 8 and 18, it says, for I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory that should be revealed in us. Khan, brother. Khan. But yeah, man. But this is just a little encouragement for you few brothers out there, man, that may, you know, sometimes you get in this thing, Satan can beat on you, them demons can fuck with you. Make you feel like you're going crazy, make it feel like you ain't gonna make it to the end. But hey, have faith, man. I believe every sincere man gonna make it up out of this hellhole. So hey, just keep believing, stay prayed up, ask the Lord for forgiveness, pray daily. And hey, this 2024, man, the Lord getting ready to do something. I feel it. We finna go home in a minute, man. All this suffering, all this confusion, hey, this shit finna be a thing in the past. I was at work today and I was finding myself getting vexed. But then the spirit was like, man, chill out, bro. These people, they getting ready to, they're at their last end. Let them enjoy this shit. But we getting ready to get glory in eternity. So spirit just kind of just elevated me right there in the mindset. I'm like, I ain't even going to take this shit serious. Because sometimes when you're around certain energies, you know, it comes with a certain spirit and it pisses you off by default. Because it's just like, wow, these people are that fucking stupid. Me personally, I don't like being around people like that. That ain't of my caliber. We can't think on the same playing field and we can't have some type of commonality about things. Me personally, I don't want to deal with you, but that's not the world we live in. We have to navigate through these people and we have to blend in. So, you know, just try to be balanced out there, Jake. All right, one last precept. 1 Peter 5 and 10. But the power of Yahweh of all grace, who have called us into his eternal glory by Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, after that ye have suffered a while, make you perfect, establish you, strengthen, and settle you. And you notice, like, even if you go through your most strenuous sickness and the Lord decided to put that plague on you again, you notice that you're able to deal with it, man. Because right now, I'm not gonna lie, I ate something bad last week, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like I'm going through the same shit I went through last year around this time, but it ain't remotely as bad. And I come from being proactive, taking the herbs, you know, working out, eating more clean, all this shit, and really praying and just believing like, fuck this shit, man. You know, but last year around this time, I was fucked up. I couldn't even get out the bed and walk around my house for an hour. I'd be fucked up. Couldn't work out for real. I lost probably 10 pounds because I couldn't really work out that good because my body was all jacked up, you know, off some bullshit. But hey, the Lord is restoring it. So with that, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Lord's will, you brothers and you few sisters were edified. Into the next lesson. Shalom.